Because I'm dirt poor, I somehow work up the nerve to sign up for a money-saving reality show. Survive 1 month on $500. Whoever has the most money left at the end walks away with $5 million. Most people's first instinct is to live on instant noodles, chew on plain buns, or even eat just one meal a day to save money. But for me, that's child's play. Isn't this just a contest of who can be the cheapest? When it comes to saving money and snagging freebies, I'm on a whole other level. On the first day of the show, I get up before dawn. From memory, I make my way out of the dorm building and start jogging down the empty streets. Since I can't see the live comments, I don't yet realize this is being live streamed. The viewers in the comments are all worried for me, calling me an idiot. I thought they'd sleep all day to burn less energy and eat less. I didn't expect someone to be up this early. It's still dark out. What is he up to? Don't tell me he's going for a morning run. That's just plain dumb. Shouldn't he be conserving energy right now, avoiding burning calories, eating less and spending less? I can't watch this anymore. So dumb. Should have picked me instead. I could lie in bed for 48 hours straight, no food, no spending. At a time like this, he's worried about self-discipline. He's not a celebrity. What's with the whole idol act? This guy should join a talent show instead. Putting him on this show is a total waste of a slot. I jog for about 10 minutes, and the viewers spend those 10 minutes roasting me. Finally, I stop at the entrance of a pharmacy. When I pull a flyer out of my pocket, the viewers immediately sit up straight, because on that flyer, 4 big words are printed clearly. Free eggs giveaway. My first step to saving money, snag those freebies. In my hand is a flyer from Grace Pharmacy, which says that with this flyer you can claim a free pound of eggs, limited to 30 people a day. You have to understand this kind of deal is a hot ticket among the elderly crowd, so you have to get here early to score one. That's exactly why I got up early and jogged over here. By 8:30 in the morning, the sky is fully bright, the pharmacy opens, and behind me a long line of elderly folks is already formed. The pharmacy clerk gives me a strange look, since I'm standing at the front of the line and I'm the only young guy in the whole crowd. Quickly, he pulls his eyes away, points to a sheet on the counter, and politely says, "Please register your name and phone number here, and you can claim your free eggs." I calmly pick up the pen, and without hesitation, write down a string of digits as my phone number. Then I stroll back to the dorm, happily carrying my pound of free eggs. The comments start rolling in again. I'm sorry, I take back everything I said. Wow, he doesn't have to starve, and he didn't break any rules. This freeloading move is genius. I'm starting to look forward to how this handsome guy will freeload next. This method is great and all, but you really need a thick skin to shrug off the weird looks people give you. As a young person myself, I'd feel too embarrassed to do this. What's the big deal? You didn't steal or rob anyone. Why should you feel embarrassed? Is it because of that ridiculous pride of yours, which isn't even worth a pound of eggs? Can pride fill your stomach? With this pound of free eggs, my meals for the next 2 days are pretty much covered. The kitchen in the dorm is a shared space, so all the contestants have to cook here. The production team thoughtfully provides basic cookware and seasonings. I just need to give the eggs a quick rinse, and I can enjoy a delicious egg breakfast. Right then, Vivian happens to come downstairs and hears movement in the kitchen. She quietly walks over. "You bought this many eggs?" She looks at the eggs frying in the pan and unconsciously swallows. Who can resist waking up early to a couple of delicious fried eggs? "Do you need any help?" I smile politely. No thanks." Once my words fade, the air is filled only with the sizzling sound of the frying pan, and a brief silence settles between us. Vivian waits and waits but doesn't get the polite offer she's expecting. "Want to have some together?" She wonders if Ethan is genuinely selfish, playing dumb, or just socially clueless. What's the big deal about giving her 2 eggs out of so many? He can't finish them all himself. He doesn't have a clue about social etiquette. The thought of going out to buy breakfast with nothing but instant noodles as an option leaves her scrambling for something affordable. But since there's a chance to freeload right in front of her, she can't let it slip away. So she smiles and opens the conversation. "Those eggs look great. You're up early. I just woke up and haven't eaten yet." With a hint this obvious, if Ethan still doesn't get it, then he must be deliberately refusing to share. I place the fried eggs on my plate and calmly say, "Then don't just stand here watching me. Go get your own food. I want to get some eggs too. They're cheap and filling." Unmoved, I put the rest of the raw eggs into the fridge labeled with my name. "Oh, then you'd better go find some outside." This guy really is impossible to persuade. Feels like this girl is trying to mooch off him. Haha, even I can tell she wants some of his eggs. How does Ethan not get it? Is it possible Ethan does get it, and he's just letting her save face? Normally I wouldn't be stingy about a couple of eggs, but right now we're competitors, and when it comes to opportunity, everyone's on equal footing. This isn't life or death. Why should I let Vivian mooch food off me and help her save money? Do I look like a fool? Seeing me carry my plate to the dining table and sit down, Vivian shamelessly lets out a long sigh. I wonder if the market sells eggs by the piece. I don't want to buy as many as you did. I'd hate to waste them if I can't finish. They spoil so easily in this heat. She might as well just come out and say, "Give me 2 eggs." I pick up a fried egg with my chopsticks, cooked to golden perfection, crispy on both sides. One bite in, crunchy outside, soft inside. Vivian swallows twice, and her stomach betrays her with a loud growl. I slowly finish my bite before speaking. "They won't spoil. There's a fridge here. Go take a walk around first. If you really want to buy just a couple and can't find any, I can sell you 2 later." Vivian thinks she must have misheard. She repeats it in disbelief. "Sell me 2? She just wants to mooch 1 meal. Is he really this stingy he has to sell her 2 eggs? You heard right." Vivian struggles to keep her expression composed. "Ethan, we're contestants on the same show. We're going to see each other for a whole month. It's just 2 eggs, and you're actually going to charge me? My eyes carry a hint of innocence. A grown adult like you has no shame mooching. Why should I feel bad about charging? Vivian's face darkens completely. Who's mooching? I'll go buy my own. After Vivian leaves, I quickly finish my breakfast. I wash my plate, head upstairs, and start planning where my next meal will come from. As the saying goes, if you don't plan ahead, trouble is right around the corner. Just because I've got this pound of eggs doesn't mean I can stop looking for other ways to save. At lunchtime, the viewers finally get to see the other 2 contestants, Ryan and Chloe. Both of them skip breakfast and eat only 2 meals a day starting at noon. Skipping breakfast saves them 1 meal. Since their meal schedules line up, they hit it off right away. Together, they head to a nearby convenience store and buy a whole box of instant noodles wholesale, splitting it in half. The price is right, the quantity isn't too much to finish, and once they finish, they can quickly switch flavors. While the 2 of them get back to the dorm and start preparing their noodles, Vivian doesn't sit still either. Taking advantage of my absence, she picks up a casual conversation. That Ethan is really stingy. He actually told me he'd sell me 2 eggs today. I think he's just trying to win by making money off us. You 2 better watch out for him. Don't let him play you. The moment Vivian finishes speaking, Ryan suddenly notices a figure standing at the kitchen doorway. Vivian follows his gaze and shivers guiltily. Ryan looks at me and breaks the awkward silence first. You need the kitchen? No, I'm eating out. I glance at Ryan's slim frame and notice the instant noodles in his hand. My rarely used conscience gives a faint nudge, prompting me to ask, wanna come along? I'm freeloading off someone else anyway, not off my own dime. I don't mind bringing them along for the free meal, because in the days ahead, who knows how many meals we'll go hungry. If we can score a good free meal now, we should take it. No thanks. You're such a shrewd businessman. Eating with you might end up costing me extra. She hinted at it so many times this morning, just waiting for those exact words. But he never said them. Only now does he finally say it. Too late. Besides, who knows if he got a new idea from the whole selling eggs incident this morning? Scheming something nasty, finding some clever way to trap us and squeeze money out of us. Only now do I glance at Vivian for the first time. I pretend to look confused, glancing left and right, front and back. I wasn't even talking to you. Who are you answering? This whole performance of mine leaves Vivian with nowhere to hide. Even Ryan and Chloe almost can't hold back their laughter at my words and actions. Vivian's face darkens instantly. Ha ha ha! Ethan really knows how to handle people who speak with a forked tongue. How could that girl stab Ethan in the back trying to turn everyone against him? Why doesn't she mention how she tried to mooch his eggs? The two-faced girl lost her cool, can't take a joke. Ethan, do you have another freeloading meal plan? I'm getting excited. Ryan turns to exchange a glance with Chloe, then looks away, tears open the packet of instant noodles in his hand, and forces an awkward smile. Our lunch is already prepared, so we'll pass. You go ahead. No matter what kind of person Ethan really is, given the competition between them, staying cautious never hurts. Alright then, I nod with a hint of regret, say nothing more, and turn to leave. Vivian curls her lips. Watching my rejected figure walk away alone, she feels a secret thrill. Then she turns her gaze back, sits down at the dining table and watches Ryan and Chloe prepare their instant noodles. As the rich aroma of noodles and seasoning slowly rises from the bowls, she swallows. You 2 eat lunch pretty early, I haven't eaten yet. Familiar words. Is Ethan really the one scheming against others, or is she the one doing the scheming? Noodle boy and noodle girl, don't fall for it. Learn from Ethan, shut her down hard, give her an inch and she'll take a mile. You 2 already have the least money. If she has her eye on you, you're guaranteed to lose. Vivian stares intently at the noodle bowls in front of them, and can't help but swallow again. Ryan frowns, unsure of what to do. Inviting her to eat means helping a competitor save a meal, but not inviting her, given how she looks, makes him feel awkward. Plus the cameras are on him. If he seems too heartless, the viewers will definitely trash him, calling him just as stingy as Ethan. Honestly, whether he wins the $5 million prize doesn't really matter to him, because he's mainly here for the popularity award, to sign with Southstar Entertainment and become a star. A bright future in showbiz is worth more than $5 million. For the popularity votes, and to avoid being called stingy by the viewers, Ryan pulls a packet from his half box of noodles and hands it to her. You haven't eaten? Then have some with us. Finally scoring a free meal, Vivian is overjoyed. Oh, if you insist. Then she quickly reaches out and grabs the packet. Watching this, Chloe, who has been silent the whole time, picks up her noodle bowl and quietly shifts it aside, putting some distance between herself and the 2 of them. What is Noodle Boy even doing? Did he graduate from Bleeding Heart University? Noodle Boy, you might as well just hand her the $5 million prize. Ugh, this is making me furious. Noodle Boy, you fool. This girl finally managed to mooch a meal off another contestant. I'd rather go watch Ethan instead. Yeah, go check it out. The 3 of them are stuck eating instant noodles in the dorm, while Ethan is sitting in a restaurant enjoying a free feast. The gap is just insane. A hot pot and barbecue restaurant has a banner up for their grand opening. Solve 3 riddles and eat for free. That's their promotional poster. And I'm sitting inside enjoying my free lunch. The poster clearly states each person gets only 1 chance at the free meal, and you can't waste too much food. If you don't finish, you get fined. So at the server's request, I register my phone number and name, and order a portion just for 1. The viewers are dying to know whether I actually pull off this free lunch, so they camp out in my live stream waiting for me to finish. When I finally finish and get ready to leave, the server steps up. Your total is $13, card or cash. See, I told you, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Even though $13 is a good deal, the other contestants' instant noodles cost less than $1 a packet, and Vivian didn't spend anything on lunch, so Ethan actually loses out on this meal. This is a small lesson. I have a friend who joined a free promotion and ended up tricked into spending thousands. You can't just chase after every bargain. I'm curious. What is this $13 charge even for? I look at the server with a puzzled expression. Doesn't answering 3 riddles get me a free meal? I already cleared the challenge, why am I being charged? It's for the tea service and the utensils. The promotion didn't mention any of that in detail, so I had no idea. I stay silent for 2 seconds, pull a $100 bill from my pocket, and hand it to the server. I wait for the change and receipt, then get up and walk out of the restaurant. But once I reach the doorway, I don't leave right away. Instead, I pull out my phone and make a call. Hello, I'd like to file a complaint. Generally speaking, utensils should be provided free of charge in restaurants. Charging for them without the customer's consent is illegal. As for the tea service fee, I never even ordered any tea. Isn't this obviously fraud? The viewers in the livestream can't hear what the person on the other end is saying, but they see me stay quiet for a while. After listening to the other side finish, I glance down at the receipt in my hand. Yes, I have solid proof right here. The authorities work fast. In less than 5 minutes, while I'm standing at the restaurant entrance with my hands in my pockets, the owner personally invites me back inside, leading me into his office to work things out. The owner smiles nervously and pours me tea. Hello, I'm the owner of Lucky Grill and Hot Pot. My last name is Myers. Mr. Myers introduces himself and sits down across from me. So, if there's anything you're unhappy about, just tell me directly. There's no need for all this. I'll refund you right now, but first, you'll need to hand me the receipt. Calmly, I pull the receipt out of my pocket, but as I reach forward, I pause, then pull my hand back. The owner twitches at this move. I raise an eyebrow. You refund me, but you'll still scam the next customer, right? Mr. Myers swallows his reluctance and patiently explains. That's not fair to say. We're not scamming anyone. Young man, you don't get it. The whole industry works this way. If you're still not satisfied, how about I comp your next meal here? Guaranteed no charges at all. I remain unmoved. This isn't about one free meal. With a hint this obvious, how could Mr. Myers, a veteran of the business world, not understand what I mean? His eyes flash with a hint of mockery. He decides to be blunt. So how do you want to settle this? What kind of better compensation are you after? I repeat those words meaningfully. Better compensation. Then I say nothing more. Just look at Mr. Myers with a knowing gaze. Mr. Myers thinks of himself as a smart man who catches on quickly. He smiles and jumps in. How about 3 free meals? I don't respond. The clever Mr. Myers takes my silence as dissatisfaction. 5 meals? I look like I want to say something but hold back. Mr. Myers grits his teeth. 10 free meals? I pause briefly. That's not actually what I was going to bring up, but this shady owner is handing me a benefit on a silver platter. If I refuse, that would hurt his feelings, and especially my own. 10 free meal tickets, come on. So am I still getting my money back? Absolutely, yes. And then what? Mr. Myers takes a while to catch on to what I mean. He frowns. His back teeth are grinding to dust, but on the surface he forces out a strained smile that's about to crack. How much compensation do you want? The viewers start arguing over this. Damn, I was just about to say Ethan handled that beautifully, but listening to their conversation now, it kind of feels like one shady guy taking down another. Ethan doing this is no different from the shady owner. They're both cut from the same cloth. I'm getting a little disappointed in Ethan. I actually thought he was standing up for what's right. Ethan got scammed first, using the same tactics to get back what he lost from the owner. Is that not fair? The logic makes sense, but the nature of the situation has changed. At first, he was defending his rights. But if this continues, Ethan asking for too much compensation starts to look a lot like extortion. The free lunch incident quickly blows up online. The show has just started, and my popularity already ranks highest among all the contestants. But what Mr. Myers doesn't realize is that everything he's doing is being broadcast live through the hidden camera I'm wearing. He doesn't know it, but I do. Asking for the moon is definitely not something I can afford to do. If it airs live, every word and action of mine will be blown up online, scrutinized, and analyzed by so-called experts and influencers debating whether my behavior is legal. But still, letting this shady boss off the hook so easily doesn't sit right with me either. I think for a moment. For real compensation, provide customers with free utensils and remove the tea service fee. As for my compensation, just pay whatever the law requires. Hearing my words, Mr. Myers looks troubled. And it's not just him. Even the viewers who are about to trash me suddenly feel the sting of eating their words. Thanks to those haters, my positive image jumps up several notches. Those envious people fail to kick me while I'm down. Instead, they've handed me an immeasurable boost in buzz and good reputation. Mr. Myers agrees to my terms on the surface, deciding to just brush me off for now. He then compensates me $500 according to the regulations, plus the 10 free meals he promised earlier. After I leave, the server standing beside the owner asks him, "Are you really canceling these charges, boss?" Mr. Myers leans back into the sofa, watching my figure walk away with a grim expression. Who does he think he is? Does he really think he's some hero saving the world, speaking up for other customers? So naive. Ignore him. Charge as usual. A dozen seconds later, I suddenly think of something and turn back to Mr. Myers' office. I push the door open and stick my head in. Mr. Myers, who's sipping tea, glances up and sees a head suddenly appear at his door, nearly spitting his tea out in shock. I flash a friendly smile. Oh, I forgot to mention, I'm being live-streamed right now. All those righteous viewers online will be watching you. I hope you keep your word. With that, I walk out with a smile. At the CEO's office of South Star Entertainment, sitting in the boss's chair, Nancy turns her computer screen toward the person across from her. On the screen is the live stream of the Great Money-Saving Challenge, currently playing the footage of me eating my free lunch. After a moment, she looks at the woman across from her wearing a black couture dress, radiating a regal air. So, isn't the show I just invested in super interesting? Selena leans back casually in her chair, her cool gaze fixed on the boy on the screen. After a long pause, she says, "Not bad." Nancy curves her lips, unable to hide her delight. "Mainly, what about this guy? What do you think?" "I think he's perfect for me, especially that vibe he has. That energy of not caring what others think, doing whatever he wants and never letting himself get shortchanged. Exactly my type." Selena lifts her eyes and glances at her. The look is a little cold, making Nancy flinch. Just one glance, and Selena lowers her lashes, turning her attention back to me on the screen. Nancy tells herself it must have been her imagination. I wonder if he has a girlfriend. Even if he does, that's fine. I can wait for them to break up. A boy this interesting is worth putting in some effort. Selena, who has been silent the whole time, seems unable to take it anymore. Girlfriend or not, it's not up to you. What kind of thing is that to say? I'm so amazing. How could he possibly not be into me? Nancy pauses mid-sentence, because something seems to click. How would you know? Do you have a secret crush on him? Or wait, are you his girlfriend? The moment Nancy finishes speaking, Selena's phone chimes twice. Not bothering to respond to Nancy, she pulls out her phone and glances at the screen. 2 text messages are displayed. Selena enters her passcode and opens them. Dear valued member of Grace Pharmacy, during this week's anniversary sale, present your registered phone number to enjoy 12% off all health products. Dear valued member of Grace Pharmacy, next Wednesday we will host a renowned cardiovascular specialist from Harbor City for a health seminar. Present your registered phone number to enjoy a professional health consultation. After the seminar, receive a free pound of eggs. Selena's brows furrow slightly. When did she ever sign up for a pharmacy membership? Just one morning into the show, I already have 4 trending topics. Some viewers mock me as the definition of stingy, calling me an elite freeloader who even charges a fellow contestant for 2 eggs and squeeze 10 free meals out of a restaurant owner. They say my thick skin is beyond human. Other viewers say I'm refreshingly real, bold and unafraid, punishing shady businesses, a handsome guy with a genuine spirit. Everyone has their own take, with opinions split between praise and criticism. But that doesn't stop me from going viral. With official accounts reposting and liking my clips, the viewership in my livestream keeps climbing. At the same time, the issue of shady charges in the restaurant industry gets amplified through viewer discussions, and quickly draws the attention of the authorities. 10 minutes ago, inside the 3-story dorm prepared by the production team, Vivian finishes her lunch and lounges on the sofa, scrolling through her phone. Just thinking about how she mooched instant noodles off another contestant at lunch and saved a whole meal's worth of money, she can't stop feeling smug. Looks like there are still fools around besides Ethan, but her smile has barely stretched before it freezes on her face. What? We're stuck eating noodles in the dorm while Ethan is out eating barbecue? Not only that, he also scored $500 and 10 free meal tickets. Worst of all, she just turned Ethan down. If she hadn't refused, she'd be sitting in that restaurant eating barbecue too, and a share of that $500 would be hers as well. Vivian is kicking herself. The instant noodles in her stomach suddenly taste terrible, but the restaurant and the owner's build and posture, the more she looks, the more familiar they seem. Before she can figure out why they look so familiar, the show's host, Rachel, walks up to her with a serious expression. Vivian, a viewer has reported you for breaking the rules. Come with me. Vivian looks up, completely bewildered. Break the rules? I didn't. Our show is completely fair. Don't worry, no contestant will ever be wrongly accused. Just come with me, we'll verify the situation. With no other choice, Vivian follows Rachel into a room. The room has cameras too, so viewers can see the truth. Rachel doesn't beat around the bush. She tells Vivian directly why she was reported. A viewer reported that you accepted a meal from someone you know. Vivian catches on instantly. The only thing she mooched today is that packet of instant noodles. Vivian calmly explains. The rule mentions people we know, but I'm not close with that handsome guy, Ryan. Before today we hadn't even met. I only learned his name from the staff, so we're definitely not acquaintances. We're just contestants on the same show. The production team never said we couldn't eat other contestants' food. Besides, today was our first day meeting. He kindly offered me a packet of noodles. If I refused, how awkward would that be for him? With all these cameras live streaming and all. After hearing Vivian's explanation, Rachel discusses it with the chief director. The verdict is that Vivian didn't actually break any rules, because the production team never made a rule against eating other contestants' food, and the contestants really aren't close to each other. Vivian is cleared of all charges, but Vivian doesn't leave the interview room right away. After clearing her name, she feels emboldened. Still sitting in her chair, she speaks up with a hint of frustration. If a situation like mine can be reported, then I think someone else should be reported too. Who do you want to report? I want to report Ethan. He's too big a threat right now. The rest of us keep losing money while his keeps growing. We're already $500 behind right out of the gate. Unaware that I've been reported, I've just returned to the dorm when the staff pulls me into the interview room. I walk in and see Rachel and Vivian. Someone reported you for breaking the rules. I tilt my head slightly, and driven by instinct, I look at Vivian. Vivian holds my gaze for less than 3 seconds before quickly looking away. She looks incredibly guilty. How did I break the rules? The report says you received $500 and got a free meal, plus the owner promised you 10 more free meals. Please explain to everyone. I explain everything concisely from start to finish. The free meal was a legitimate reward from a restaurant promotion. The $500 and the 10 meals were legal compensation the owner voluntarily gave me. First, the owner and I aren't acquaintances. Second, I didn't perform any labor for the owner. How is that against the rules? If anyone still doesn't believe me, check the replay. The moment you find a single word I said was a lie, you won't even have to tell me. I'll drop out of the show myself. My upright and confident attitude takes the wind out of Vivian's sails. Rachel and the chief director watching from behind the scenes are both stunned. Wow, Ethan actually reported a restaurant on the very first day and scored extra compensation. This guy really knows how to play the game. He's perfect for our show. If this doesn't count as breaking the rules, then we could all just profit from filing reports. But then it becomes a job. How is that different from being a professional whistleblower? What do you suggest? If it doesn't count as a violation, fine. But you need to confiscate the $500 the owner gave him, and the 10 free meals can't be honored either. From now on, add a rule. Any future situation like this counts as a violation. Refusing to back down, I shoot Vivian a look. Oh? Then how about you cough up the packet of instant noodles you mooched off another contestant in perfect condition and hand it over to the production team. Then I'll agree. As I finish, I scoot my chair aside, putting distance between me and Vivian, my tone dripping with disdain. Whenever you're ready to start your performance. What? Is he crazy? Technically, this isn't your profession. But since Ethan has set a precedent, it wouldn't be fair for the production team to stop the rest of you from doing the same. So if you can find businesses worth reporting and receive legal compensation, you're free to report them too. I only said all that to mess with Vivian, just as a random example. In reality, who can make a living doing this every day? Isn't that just asking to make enemies? After that, the matter is settled. Failing to get her way, Vivian says nothing more. She stands up and leaves the interview room. I follow her out. Before heading upstairs, I glance at Vivian sitting on the sofa. A real person wins by their own skill. Always scheming behind people's backs, it's honestly beneath me. Vivian is so infuriated by my attitude she nearly loses it. What are you implying? Who are you calling not a real person, who has no skill? I don't need you looking down on me. Who's scheming behind whose back? I'm respecting the rules of the game. I let out a scoff and head upstairs. Dismissed like this, Vivian turns red with rage. I'm not going to argue with you. I have no interest in trading barbs with her anymore and head up to my room for a nap. After Vivian and I leave, Rachel reviews the footage of my lunch with the chief director. Haha, we don't even need to pay for trending topics anymore. And after Ethan's move, he's done really well. Our show's reputation and prestige just shot up. As the chief director basks in the glow, he suddenly senses something's off. But Rachel. But what? He's leaving the other contestants way too far behind. If we don't rein in a player who's too dominant, the show will lose all suspense and become boring. You're right. How about we have the assistant director upgrade the show's rules? The chief director glances at Rachel with a mischievous grin. Back at the show, after taking a moment to calm herself down, Vivian suddenly thinks of something important. She heads up to the third floor and knocks on Ryan's door. Ryan opens the door with a friendly smile. What's up? The production team won't let us bring toiletries, and they're not providing any. Looks like they're deliberately making things hard for us. But we can't get by without basic supplies. So how about we go out and buy the essentials together? Sure. Vivian's eyes flicker. I have an idea. I'll buy the face wash, you buy the toothpaste. What do you think? Then we can share. That'll last us the whole month, and we both save some money. Sounds good. Let me grab Chloe. We can all go together. The two of them head down to the second floor. Chloe seems to be napping. It takes a while before she opens the door. Her face looks listless, drained of energy, with a hint of irritation between her brows. She looks cranky from being woken up. What's up? We're gonna buy toiletries. Wanna come? Chloe's gaze drifts between Ryan and Vivian, then she declines. No, you two go ahead. Chloe closes the door. Vivian thinks for a moment and speaks up again. Since she's not going, why don't you go ask Ethan? With more people, each of us can buy different things, so there's more to share, and we can save a lot more. Ryan turns and heads back up to the third floor. He knocks on my door. Just when he knocks, I'm getting ready to head out. I open the door, glance at Ryan, then at Vivian standing behind him, and press my lips together. Instinct tells me that Vivian is definitely up to something shameless again. Ryan smiles. Ethan, let's go buy some toiletries together. Each of us buys different things, and we share them. That way we can save a lot of money. The sharing idea does sound smart, but what if one day something unpleasant happens due to the competition? Then what? We'd still have to buy our own stuff. I decline directly. Let's just buy our own. What, you've got the most money now? Afraid we'll take advantage of you? About others, I'm not sure, but about you, definitely a possibility. After speaking, I glance at Ryan, as a small warning to him. Whether he takes the hint is out of my hands. My kindness only goes so far. The rest is up to their own decisions. Vivian grinds her teeth in anger. Just as Ryan is about to try persuading me again, before he can speak, Vivian pulls him away. If he doesn't want to come, whatever. Let's go ask that other contestant who's still asleep. Ryan and Vivian go down to the second floor and knock on the innermost door. After a long while, a weak female voice comes through the door. Who is it? But the door doesn't open. Vivian frowns. It's Vivian. I came to ask if you want to go shopping for toiletries with us. After a few seconds, the person inside answers, not going. Rejected again, Vivian and Ryan fall silent for a moment. Judging by her voice, is she dying in there? She sounds half dead. Ryan almost wants to agree, but remembering he's aiming to become a celebrity, he knows he has to watch his words in advance. If haters dig up dirt on him later, it'll be bad news. As luck would have it, the supermarket Ryan and Vivian go to is the same one I'm at. The moment Vivian sees me, her face sours, as if I owe her money. Ryan, on the other hand, is thrilled. He thinks this is his chance to bring up the toiletry sharing idea again. Ryan makes the first move. Let's head over to the toiletry section together. No thanks, I'm going to grab some afternoon tea first. Vivian's face twists with jealousy. Money really changes people. Let's go. Don't hold him up from his afternoon tea. She's given up expecting the stingy guy who charges for 2 eggs to treat her to afternoon tea. Vivian and Ryan head to the toiletry section. Meanwhile, the viewers who are fiercely bashing me for being dumb, suddenly go blank as they watch my next moves. They see me walking with purpose, steadily heading toward the pastry section. In the middle of the pastry area, there's a white plate of free samples. I pick up a toothpick, grab a few pieces of cake, finish them, and then head over to the fruit sample area. Finally, I hit up the prepared food sample area too. Oh my god. I never thought afternoon tea could be done like this. Ethan really opened my eyes. Ethan, you're still that stingy freeloader. Low EQ, mooching food, high EQ, enjoying afternoon tea. Learn something new. Vivian and Ryan wonder if they'll come by for afternoon tea too? In the toiletry section, Vivian's so-called face cleaning item turns out to be a $2 bar of soap. The $2 soap is the cheapest one in the supermarket. Ryan is taken aback. I use face wash to clean my face. Vivian places the soap in the cart and earnestly tries to convince him. What face wash? Look at our financial situation right now. Besides, this soap can wash your face and your body. You save on body wash too, so practical. Besides, if we buy face wash now, the viewers will definitely call us stupid. After all, we're on a money-saving show. Our goal is to save money, not to look good. Ryan reluctantly gives in. But when it comes to the toothpaste, Vivian takes forever choosing and picks one that costs over $30. Ryan thinks it's a bit pricey, but Vivian insists that toothpaste needs to be high quality. Otherwise, we'll be live streaming with yellow teeth for a whole month. Ryan is convinced again. Vivian then gives a sly smile. Look, my soap doubles as body wash. It saves on buying body wash. One product, two uses. Shouldn't you buy something extra too so our trade is fair? The more Ryan thinks about, the more off it feels. But he doesn't want to break the peace. If you think it's unfair, how about I just buy my own bar of soap, and we don't share? I can afford my own soap. Vivian's smile freezes. Why is this guy suddenly harder to manipulate? She quickly speaks up. I was just kidding. Just a joke. Just a joke? Ryan smiles and doesn't press the issue further. Otherwise, the viewers will say he's as stingy as I am. Meanwhile, I've had my fill and casually make my way to the toiletry section. I happen to run into Ryan and Vivian again. They've already finished shopping for toiletries. Now Ryan is heading to the skincare section. Ryan sees me and says with a smile, let's go buy skincare together. This way we can share too, otherwise the cost is too much. I know you have more money, but in our current situation, every dollar counts. I don't use skincare, so there's no need to share. Hearing that, Ryan doesn't push further, but he silently thinks to himself, Ethan really is hard to deal with. I head straight to the toiletries section for what I need, comparing products while searching on several apps on my phone. I compare prices and go with the best deal. Finally, I place an order on the app with the best price. Because I have a platform coupon, I get $10 off right away. Ethan is seriously thrifty. He shops around before buying anything. Ethan is literally me. That's exactly how I shop. I walk out of the supermarket empty-handed. The app has a delivery service, so everything I bought is dropped off at the dorm. In the evening, I head back to Lucky Grill and Hot Pot. Free meal tickets should be used while you can. If I wait too long and the restaurant goes under, those tickets would be wasted. But this time, at the entrance of Lucky Grill and Hot Pot, I unexpectedly run into Chloe, Vivian, and Ryan. Unsurprised, I give them a slight nod as a greeting, then walk inside to enjoy my free dinner. But the other three don't have it as easy, because the promotion has suddenly been cancelled, and Vivian, staring at the restaurant's storefront, is on the verge of losing it. Isn't this my dad's new restaurant? Now she's standing at the entrance of her own family's restaurant, trying to mooch a free dinner, only to be stopped at the door by her own staff. What kind of nonsense is this? Worst of all, Ethan even reported her family's restaurant. The $500 and 10 free meals he got came from her dad, and that brat is sitting inside her family's restaurant right now, eating fragrant hot pot for free, while she can only stand outside, staring through the giant glass window. Thinking about it, Vivian's face turns really ugly. Everyone assumes Vivian is upset because she missed out on the free barbecue, so no one really thinks much of it. Ryan speaks up curiously. What a coincidence. Why did the promotion end right after Ethan got his free meal? Ryan wants to imply that maybe I have some kind of special connection with the restaurant owner, that I'm cheating to win, but he doesn't feel comfortable saying it outright. Still, everyone present understands what he's hinting at. Vivian, who has been at odds with me the whole time, suddenly speaks up. Ethan has no connection with the owner of this restaurant. Chloe raises an eyebrow, turning to look at Vivian, who's suddenly defending me out of character. How would you know? This is her family's restaurant. Of course she knows the truth about any connection. Her defending me isn't out of kindness, but because she doesn't want everyone paying too much attention to her family's restaurant. Vivian scratches her brow. From how stingy Ethan is, his life must be really tough. There's no way he'd know any restaurant owners. Finally, the server clears things up for them. This afternoon, I don't know what happened, but a huge crowd suddenly poured in. Our boss couldn't handle it, so he had to cancel the promotion early. If they were paying, it'd be one thing. The problem is they were all eating free. If it kept up, between the costs and the staff workload, this new restaurant just couldn't take it. As for why the sudden flood of customers, it obviously has everything to do with my livestream. When I came for the free lunch at noon, there were barely any customers. But after my popularity exploded in the afternoon, Mr. Myers couldn't handle the pressure and had to cancel the free promotion. The customers who came only for freebies left cursing and complaining, but plenty of paying customers still came in. Mr. Myers' grim expression instantly turned into a grin, except for the sight of my table, which annoyed him a little. Overall, business is looking pretty good. Then, in the next second, Mr. Myers spots a very familiar figure at the entrance. Isn't that his own daughter outside? Vivian sees his father too, who is walking toward her with a smile. Vivian quickly starts making faces at him, signaling him to pretend he doesn't know her. Mr. Myers looks confused but plays along. Realizing the free dinner is off the table, Chloe and Ryan reluctantly leave. At this point, Vivian uses the bathroom as an excuse to slip inside, shooting Mr. Myers another look. Once inside, Vivian removes the hidden camera she's wearing and turns it off. Mr. Myers follows her in. What's going on with you? You're acting weird. Were those two people next to you your friends? Why didn't you invite them in for a meal? Show them our new restaurant while you're at it. Vivian glances outside to make sure no one is coming, then quietly explains. I'm on a reality show right now. It's a live stream, so I can't be too open. A reality show? Vivian tells him everything about the show from start to finish. Mr. Myers is stunned. So you and that kid outside who reported me are competitors on the same show? Yes. Honestly, when I came here, I was hoping to find some violation to report, pulling the same trick as Ethan for 20 free meals. Then I saw it was our own family's restaurant. Mr. Myers suddenly thinks of something and frowns. So you and those two contestants outside were all planning to use the free meal chance to report me just like Ethan did? Vivian nods honestly. Mr. Myers clutches his chest, feeling like his usually healthy body is suddenly about to have a heart attack. What is this? Everyone's decided to fleece the same lamb? Vivian looks at Mr. Myers eagerly. Dad, the production team doesn't allow acquaintances to treat each other. Set up another free promotion tomorrow. I want to eat barbecue too. I can come during the promotion and it won't count as breaking the rules. She wasn't even that hungry back at the dorm, but the moment she got here and smelled the food, she couldn't take it. Vivian swallows and adds, plus it saves me a meal's worth of money. The winner gets $5 million. Maybe I'll even sign with an entertainment company and become a superstar. Given the current customer flow, another free day would eat into their profits. But then again, for the sake of his own daughter, Mr. Myers grits his teeth. Fine, I'll arrange another free promotion tomorrow. After Vivian settles things with Mr. Myers, she's about to leave when she suddenly smiles. Oh right, Dad, can you find a way to get Ethan disqualified? Because of the compensation you gave him, he's now way ahead of me in show funds. Beating him would be really hard. If he breaks a rule, he'll be kicked off the show, but you can't contact him openly since it's a live stream. Alright, contacting him privately is easy enough. Anyone who joins our restaurant's free promotion has to sign up as a member and leave contact info. I'll go check the counter later and save Ethan's contact into my phone. Then I'll bait him hard into breaking a rule. As Vivian walks out of the restaurant, her icy cold gaze lingers on me eating lamb hot pot for a long time before she leaves. That intense stare from Vivian? Is she about to cry from hunger? Cry from hunger? Yeah, right. Looks more like she wants to throw Ethan into the pot and boil him instead. To save money, Vivian walked here from the dorm. Now, without eating anything, she has to walk all the way back. Halfway home, she's starving and thirsty. Passing by a small diner, she stops. It's not really her fault. The smell of food drifting out is just too tempting. After hesitating for a while, she goes in and orders a plate of fried rice and a bottle of soda. The viewers are speechless. She wouldn't spend $2 on the bus, but ended up spending $12 on fried rice and soda on the walk home. Isn't that a net loss? Is this the legendary pointless saving? Meanwhile, I finish my meal and walk back to the dorm, not running into anyone on the way. No matter what they're up to, I can check my phone tomorrow to catch up on their latest moves and use that to gauge whether my ranking is under threat. With that thought, I head straight to my room to rest. Only by recharging fully can I be in top form for tomorrow's money-saving battle. Before bed, I pick up my phone and browse through several apps and major brand websites. Half an hour later, I smile with satisfaction. At the same time, the staff tallies up the remaining funds of the 5 contestants and post them on the public screen. The Great Money Saving Challenge. First place, Ethan, balance $984. Second place, Luna, balance $500. Third place, Chloe, balance $488. Fourth place, Vunan, balance $485.50. Fifth place, Ryan, balance $264. At the Jensen Club, Selena sits on the sofa, eyes lowered to her phone. Around her sit several wealthy socialites from her circle. On her phone screen is a text message she sent a week ago that never got a reply. The next second, 2 texts from an unknown number come in. This is Myers from Lucky Grill. Your looks and presence really stood out to me, so I thought of a win-win business idea. Are you interested? I'll provide the funds, you provide the work. Nancy, sitting next to her, notices Selena staring at her phone with a complicated expression. Unable to hold back her curiosity, eager to catch a juicy piece of gossip on Selena, she leans in for a look. What? Has Zenith Group really reached the point where CEO Selena has to take side jobs to make money? Selena turns her head and glances at her, letting out a casual laugh. What if I told Uncle Grant that the precious porcelain vase in his study was actually given away over 10 years ago, and the one on display now is a fake? Do you think Uncle Grant would help me out for kindly warning him? Then I wouldn't have to take side jobs. Feeling viciously threatened, Nancy gets chills down her spine. She forces out a smile uglier than a cry. Come on now, we're like sisters, don't be like that. If you're in trouble, just tell me, I've got your back. No need to bring my dad into this. Selena looks at her and lazily says, now that I think about it, that treasured bottle of red wine Aunt Grant kept seems to have gone missing a long time ago too. You're my dear big sister, all right? You really don't let anything slide. After venting internally with her strong survival instinct, Nancy speaks up seriously. You're really in trouble? The other person sent it to the wrong number. Ugh, fine, no gossip for me then. Mr. Myers worries that calling me while I'm filming would make talking difficult, so he sends a text instead. But sitting on the toilet, staring at his unanswered text, he frowns deeply. Looks like this guy is pretty cautious. He'll have to try harder. Early the next morning, the public screen in the livestream shows yesterday's popularity vote results. The Great Money Saving Challenge popularity ranking, First place Ethan, second place Chloe, third place Luna, fourth place Ryan, fifth place Vivian. The comments explode. No way, Ethan is actually in first. Did he buy fake votes? Are these numbers even real? Isn't that normal? On this show, he and Vivian have made the strongest impression so far, but I really don't want to vote for Vivian. She seems way too sneaky. If Ryan weren't so nice, I would have voted for him. His looks are totally my type, such a shame. I get why the others are ranked where they are, but how did Luna even make third? She hasn't shown her face once. Why? Mainly because she's so mysterious. I'm dying of curiosity, so I wanted to vote for her. With the popularity results out, viewers have all kinds of reactions. The contestants also scroll through the popularity rankings online. In the innermost room on the third floor, I quickly freshen up and head down to the kitchen to fry a couple of eggs. At noon, I head back to Lucky Grill and Hot Pot for barbecue. The restaurant is less crowded at lunch than yesterday, probably because yesterday Mr. Myers canceled the promotion. But I noticed the riddle-solving free meal promotion is back up again today. Not long after I arrive, Vivian shows up too. But once again, she's stopped at the door because she can't solve the riddles. Eating barbecue requires an IQ test now? Couldn't Dad set easier riddles or slip her the answers on a cheat sheet? After venting internally, Vivian stands outside with a dark expression for nearly an hour. By the time I'm full and heading out, she still hasn't set foot inside. It's really awkward now. Looks like the back door isn't so easy to walk through either. Standing at her own family's doorstep for the second time without managing to score a meal, Vivian is ready to snap. Even more incredibly, on the second day, everyone's balance didn't budge a cent. I have eggs and free meal tickets. Chloe has her wholesale instant noodles, so does Ryan, and Vivian once again shamelessly mooches Ryan's noodles. As for the mysterious contestant Luna, she still hasn't shown her face and hasn't spent a cent, staying just as mysterious as yesterday. Compared to the mundane money-saving routines of the other four, the unusual Luna instantly grabs the viewer's attention. This Luna is really something. She doesn't leave her room, doesn't spend a dime. Is she doing a fast? Isn't anyone going to knock on her door? I'm a little worried something happened to her in there. This woman isn't in there practicing some kind of dark magic, is she? She successfully caught my attention. Tonight, I'm voting for her. People always feel fantasy and anticipation toward the unknown. So on the third day of the livestream, Luna's popularity shoots up to second place, with signs of even overtaking me. Not just the viewers, but even I am curious. She never shows her face, hasn't spent a single cent. With that kind of patience, she must be a hidden master, a deeply calculating money-saving expert. People this low-key are usually the chosen one. Or maybe she's saving up for a big move, ready to catch us all off guard. This gives me a sense of crisis. However, in the dead of night, as everyone grows more curious about Luna, a faint siren suddenly wails outside the dorm. It sounds like an ambulance, and it's getting closer. When I hear panicked footsteps downstairs, I quickly get dressed and rush down. I see paramedics carrying a stretcher out from the second floor. On the stretcher lies a slim, tall young woman. The innermost room on the second floor is Luna's. I grab Chloe, who's in her pajamas, and quickly ask, "What happened?" Chloe rubs her temples and sighs helplessly. This woman skipped 9 meals in 3 days and passed out from hunger. Chloe was originally just curious why Luna hadn't made a peep in 3 days. So she knocked. After getting no response for a while, she worried Luna was in trouble and broke the door down. That's when she found Luna unconscious. She immediately called for an ambulance. Alright then. So much for the chosen one, the hidden master with deep calculations. I take back what I said earlier. The paramedics load Luna into the ambulance, then turn and ask the other 4 contestants, which one of you is going to the hospital with her? Whoever comes has to cover the medical bills. When the ambulance first arrived, you could tell everyone was worried for Luna, but the moment money comes up, everyone looks at each other silently. Vivian turns her head, looking at the assistant director standing behind the camera. Shouldn't this be up to the production team? If something happens on the show, isn't the team responsible? The assistant director frowns. We signed an agreement before filming. Any issue caused by personal reasons during the show is your own responsibility. On the surface, that's what he says. But in truth, when the ambulance arrived, he stopped the paramedics first and told them to ask this on purpose. In reality, whether the other 4 go or not, Luna will be taken to the hospital anyway. The moment the assistant director finishes speaking, I turn without a word and run back upstairs. The viewers explode. 3 contestants chose to go, and the other one chose. Ethan, are you running because you're afraid of covering Luna's medical bills at the hospital? Just as I thought. People always show their ugly side when money's involved. Ugh, Ethan really breaks my heart. I'm never voting for Ethan again. I'm not watching any show he's on from now on. If I ever enter his live stream again, I'm a dog. Chloe and Vivian don't move a muscle. Neither of them says a word. Ryan actually wants to go, but he only has a bit over $200 in his pocket, not nearly enough. He turns to Chloe and Vivian. Since Ethan isn't going, how about the 3 of us pool our money to get Luna to the hospital? Vivian shoots him a look, grinding her back teeth in irritation. If he wants to play the bleeding heart, fine. But why drag her into it? Chloe doesn't react as strongly as Vivian. She stays quietly silent, maintaining the low-profile, barely there image she has kept for 3 days of live streaming. Seeing them both unmoved, Ryan frowns. This is a matter of life and death. Is money really worth more than a person's life? Seeing Chloe and Vivian remain silent, Ryan feels a secret thrill. This was the right decision. With $5 million on the line, how could anyone on this show be noble enough to give up that kind of money for someone else? Their cold-heartedness perfectly highlights his kindness. Tonight's popularity ranking will definitely bump him from 4th place to 1st. Acting as if he can't stand it anymore, Ryan speaks with a note of accusation. You two aren't going to act like Ethan, are you? Talking behind my back again. Ryan freezes. He turns and sees me, having just rushed down from upstairs, still catching my breath. I don't have time to deal with him. I jump into the ambulance with the paramedics and leave, leaving the other 3 contestants frozen in confusion. Why did Ethan come back? What did he go back to his room for? Don't tell me he went back to grab money? If that's the case, didn't I just swear something like, don't make me eat my words this fast? At Jensen Hospital, I pay the bill, fold the receipt neatly, and tuck it into my pocket. Then I sit on the stool next to the hospital bed and wait for Luna to wake up. Thankfully, we got here in time. Nothing serious. A glucose drip is all she needs. About half an hour later, there's movement in the bed. Struggling to keep my heavy eyelids open, my voice is scratchy from exhaustion. You're awake. How do you feel? Luna turns toward me at the sound, her voice weak. Not bad. Thanks for bringing me to the hospital. Don't thank me. Chloe was the one who found you passed out from hunger and called the emergency line. The paramedics brought you here. I just covered your medical bills. Seeing that she's really fine, I calmly pull the receipt out of my pocket. Remember to reimburse me. I pause, then speak with a note of grudging admiration. You skipped meals in 3 days just to save on food money. And now the medical bills plus ambulance total $250. You're really something. I place the receipt in her hand and let out a barely audible sigh. The prize money matters, but your health matters more. Otherwise, you'd have to take out a loan for medical bills after winning the prize. That's not worth it. Luna's eyes suddenly turn red. To me, she looks like she's about to shatter. How does this woman cry so easily? I've never comforted anyone before, especially not a girl this fragile. Luna sniffles. In 20 years of living, the only person who has ever truly cared about my health turned out to be a stranger like you. I look at her with a complicated expression. To be honest, I didn't come to this show for the prize money. My family forced me onto this show because they thought I spent too much money at home. So it's a family issue after all. Poor kid. A flicker of sympathy rises in me. Seeing how pitiful she looks, I gently comfort her. Kid, spending some money at home is pretty normal. Luna finally feels she has found someone on her wavelength. She quickly nods in agreement. Yeah, I only spend a few million a day on gaming top-ups, then hit up a club now and then, buy a few cars, some limited edition sneakers, that kind of thing. Just a few tens of millions here and there. But they still complain I spend too freely, so they force me onto this show to experience living on $500 for a month. They don't care at all whether I'm happy or having a good time. The corners of my mouth freeze. A few million, a few tens of millions. Such a niche spending bracket. It takes me over 10 seconds of blanking out to process those numbers. So Miss Luna here is slumming it on a life swap show. What Miss Luna lacks isn't family warmth. It's a taste of the real world. My mistake. I never should have empathized with an heiress. I never should have comforted a princess. Because right now, I feel like the real wounded clown is me. I'm the one who actually needs comforting. Someone like me, who agonizes over spending a few $100s, can't possibly sympathize with a princess who blows millions without blinking. Not even a little bit. While I'm still stunned into silence, then I hear Luna speak up with a hint of awkwardness. So Ethan, seeing how pitiful I am, could you give me a discount on this bill? The $5 million prize really matters to me. It'll determine my future standing in the online gaming world. So everything she went on about earlier was just a setup to earn my sympathy, dodge the bill, and win the $5 million. That's her real goal. My eyes flash with a hard glint. I'll give you a bone-breaking discount, believe me? Ethan, 50% off works. I opened my heart to you, and you're pulling tricks on me? Know what happened to the last person who tried to cheat me? Luna knows perfectly well. She saw it online. Wasn't it just a barbecue restaurant owner forced to pay him 10 free meals and $500? Even though her family keeps her money on a tight leash, she has other ways to make up for it. Ethan, Luna quickly speaks up. If you help me out this once, when the show ends, I'll introduce my auntie to you. She's rich and she's very pretty. She hasn't achieved financial freedom yet, but she can offer up someone who has it as compensation. Then it's basically the same as Ethan being financially free. Once he's financially free, he'll naturally thank her for setting them up, which means she'd never have to worry again about her family cutting her allowance, because she can team up with this uncle-in-law-to-be. While Luna's little scheme is running full speed in her head, I look at her, unmoved, with a hint of disdain in my eyes. I don't like women who have nieces. How about you wait until I inherit my family's business, then I'll pay you back. But you might have to wait a while because my dad is still going strong. Once I inherit, I'll buy you whatever you want. Forget $5 million, $50 million is no problem. I shoot her a look. Ha ha ha, is your family in the bakery business? You're pretty good at cooking up empty promises. I stand up and walk over to Luna, smiling as I look at her. Not a cent less on the medical bill. If you're planning to bite the hand that feeds you, I don't mind letting you stay in the hospital a few extra days. My tone isn't harsh, and there's no real emotion in it. It shouldn't be intimidating at all. But somehow Luna feels a chill run down her spine. Up close like this, he really is good looking. Not any worse than those flawless male characters from our games. Luna blinks, turning her head to the side, avoiding my gaze. Got it. The money's back at my room. I'll give it to you once we get back. I nod, satisfied. Don't try to play games with me. I just want the money. The viewers explode. That line from Ethan kinda sounds like something a kidnapper would say. Ha ha ha, I half expected him to say, don't pay up and I'll take her out. This guy really knows what he wants. Nothing sways him, just wants the money. Ha ha ha. Is Luna here as comic relief? For $5 million, she just sold out her own auntie. Who would have thought the stingiest guy, Ethan, ended up paying the medical bill? Rich and beautiful auntie, pause the job hunt. I'll be the uncle-in-law. After the drip is finished, I don't take Luna back to the dorm. Instead, I take her to a nearby kanji shop. I stand at the counter and see a customer swipe a membership card. Hey there, are there any promotions for signing up as a member? Members get a $10 late night snack voucher, but you can only use it after midnight. I check the time on my phone. Just past midnight. Lucky me. How do I sign up? Just load $100 on the card. Oh, have to load money. If it were free, sure. I brought Luna here mainly because her current condition requires healthy, nutritious food. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here because given my current situation, I really can't afford to spend money daily on food that doesn't fill you up. I order a bowl of congee and a bowl of steamed egg. After we eat and head back to the dorm, Luna hands me the medical fee and the congee money, down to the last cent. Back in my room, I fold the $500 neatly and put it back in my bag. In the morning, I boil 2 extra eggs for the recovering patient, Luna. After all, last night when we had the steamed egg, this princess did have some conscience and voluntarily gave me half. But I'm not so heartless as to fight a patient for food. Just because of these 2 boiled eggs, this princess is moved to tears again. She says that besides Chloe, I've been the nicest to her on this show. By the end, I feel that if I don't stop her, she's about to offer herself to me. I finish breakfast and head out. Luna quickly washes her face and silently follows behind me, for no other reason than that following me guarantees free food. A guy in a mascot costume stops me. Hey handsome, got a minute? Fill out this form and we'll give you a bottle of water. Take a look? I curve my lips slightly. Sure. I take the form from him and give it a quick glance. Looks like some kind of product survey form. Just as I'm about to fill it out, Luna's voice pops up behind me. I'd suggest you don't fill it out. These forms easily leak your personal info. You'll get tons of spam texts and harassment calls because they collect this info, use it, then sell it to others. I suddenly smile. It's fine. Luna is right. I know all this. But the info I'm filling out isn't mine anyway. I'm filling in a scammer's info. So what do I have to worry about? The phone numbers I left at the pharmacy and the barbecue place were all the same scammer's number. A week ago, a text from an unknown number got blocked by the anti-fraud app I installed. The message said Zenith Group was hiring a highly paid personal assistant to the CEO. Easy work, no education requirements, must be able to travel abroad long-term and so on. It said to call back if interested. Zenith Group is a famous major corporation in this country, the kind of company my college classmates are all fighting tooth and nail to get into. One classmate of mine got into Zenith Group right after graduation as just a contract worker, and he showed off in the group chat forever. At first I thought the app made a mistake. I specifically looked up Zenith Group's HR number online, and when I called, HR said there was no such position being hired. As for the number that texted me, it wasn't their HR contact at all. HR kindly warned me that many scammers these days impersonate company or platform staff to run scams, and told me to be careful. I didn't have high hopes to begin with, but I still felt a tiny bit disappointed. The viewers get worked up. Luna is right. Phone numbers and personal info should never be casually filled in or your privacy gets leaked easily. Ethan's guard is way too low. Luna already warned him and he still says it's fine. Chill out everyone. Just download an anti-fraud app. It works great. You can't rely entirely on the app either. Sometimes automated screening can miss things, and some scammers are really slick. We still need to stay alert ourselves. Actually, we've been walking for a while, and Luna is getting thirsty. She was about to argue with me, but after seeing rows of water bottles, she glances at the mascot guy, clears her throat and says, give me one of those forms too. The mascot guy hands her a form, then looks at me and casually asks, are you two a couple? Luna's hand freezes as she's writing her name. Having never been in a relationship, when asked in that teasing tone, her cheeks turn red almost instantly. I answer without expression, no. Back at the dorm, my unexpected move last night left the other 3 contestants struggling to sleep. Ryan never imagined that his carefully planned drama ended up setting the stage for me. On day 4 of the live stream, the top of the popularity chart is me again. Meanwhile, Chloe and Vivian are getting torn apart by viewers. He's mostly fine, but his footage of talking behind my back keeps getting dragged out for viewers to mock, calling it a moment where he ate his own words. Vivian is just as baffled. She thinks I'm way too calculating. My move last night was basically like slapping the 3 of them across the face with a shoe. No difference. The online comments are surely one-sided now, and the 3 of them have completely become my villainous foils. This can't continue. She needs to push her father to step up his game in tempting Ethan. Meanwhile, after grabbing my water, I take a walk around the city center. But at some point during my walk, Luna, who had been following me, disappears. I don't go looking for her. A grown adult with a normal brain won't get into trouble. Plus, I have no obligation to babysit someone. We're not teammates, we're competitors in an individual contest. I take a couple of extra glances at a storefront I pass, then pull out my phone to note something down. After that, I head to Lucky Grill and Hot Pot. 2 more meals today, and I'll only have 3 free meal tickets left. That means I can make it to lunch the day after tomorrow. Noon of day 6 of the live stream. My free meal tickets are finally used up. Mr. Myers finally lets out the breath he'd been holding, because he doesn't have to see me anymore. That night, with no more meal tickets, I finish off my last 3 eggs. At this rate, I'm now officially out of ammo and supplies, at the point where I'll starve unless I spend money. Meanwhile, Chloe has also finished her instant noodles, facing the question of which flavor to buy for her next box. But no matter which flavor she picks, after 6 straight days of noodles, Chloe is completely sick of them. Ryan's noodles have long been mooched away by Vivian. He has bought another box and still has some left. As for Luna, she either stays in her room, or occasionally follows me to the supermarket to mooch free samples for afternoon tea. At first, Luna was pretty embarrassed, looking around like a thief. But now she's totally hooked. Talk about a total 180-degree turn. When the production team reveals tonight's balance ranking, I'm still solidly in first, holding the title of money-saving king. On the morning of day 7, the production team gathers the 5 contestants in the first floor hall. Host Rachel gives a mischievous smile. Today we'll be welcoming 5 heavyweight gold sponsors, and these 5 sponsors will spend a day experiencing money-saving life with you 5 contestants. Vivian raises her hand to ask a question. I have a question. If they're experiencing money-saving life with us, will they bring their own money? Great question. Per production rules, the 5 sponsors can't bring a single cent, so all their expenses today will be covered by you. Everyone, what? Life is already hard enough, and now there are 5 more mouths to feed, and these 5 mouths can't be offended. Despair, truly hopeless. The viewers cry out on our behalf. The production team really doesn't consider viewers outsiders. The production team is savage. Isn't this just blatantly making the viewers cover 5 extra mouths? They can barely afford to eat themselves. Are you trying to kill them? I knew the 5 million wouldn't be easy money. I'm curious, will Ethan be stingy enough to drag the sponsors along freeloading? Probably not. They're VIPs the contestants can't afford to offend, so they'll definitely treat them well. Otherwise, if a sponsor gets upset and kicks them off the show, they'll lose their shot at the prize. Inviting sponsors to experience money-saving life with the contestants is the assistant director's latest game upgrade. Throwing new challenges at contestants from time to time makes the show more entertaining. Rachel sees everyone's dejected faces and waves them off with a smile. Cheer up, we're live right now and the sponsors are watching. On other reality shows, plenty of contestants beg for a chance to get close to sponsors and can't get one. You should feel honored. Vivian forces a smile. You know there are other reality shows. Are we anything like other shows? Rachel raises an eyebrow. How are we different? Some shows don't give a single cent for living expenses. Contestants have to fend for themselves. We want to fend for ourselves too, but your rules don't allow us to exchange labor for benefits. Any benefit gained through labor counts as a violation. Rachel sweeps her gaze across the 5 contestants. So you have to win with your own unique money-saving tricks. The chance to win the prize has been given to you. Whether you win and how, that's up to your own skills. Right now, Ryan has the least money left. He only has $222. But with sponsors to entertain now, he really needs to shine. Silent until now, I suddenly speak up. So, are we hosting the sponsors together today? Of course not. You need to complete a task. Then based on the winning order, each of you picks one sponsor for one-on-one hosting. This way, each of you spends your own money. It's fair. I have a feeling all the sponsors will want to pair up with Ethan. After all, their assets are all public. Who wouldn't want to spend a day with a rich guy? Absolutely. Ethan is the small-time rich guy on this show. Those 5 sponsors will definitely want to team up with him to enjoy the good life. Not necessarily. Ethan may be the small-time rich guy on the show, but that only counts if he's willing to spend. Given how stingy he is, I'd say it's doubtful. Rachel points toward the door. The task is simple. Whoever grabs the card from the staff member first picks first. The staff member holding the card stands outside the dorm entrance. The front door is open. The 5 contestants follow Rachel's finger with their eyes. A figure stands about 100 meters away. Isn't this just a 100-meter dash? If there are no other questions, we can start now. Except for Ryan, who bolts out like it's a 100-meter sprint. The other 4 contestants start off leisurely. Is picking a sponsor really worth competing over? Either way, it's an extra mouth to feed. Why waste energy running for that? Meanwhile, the 5 sponsors watching from inside the car. Besides Ryan, is nobody else going to fight for us? Even if you don't fight, at least don't act repulsed. Fake a little running at least. This batch of contestants is really something. After watching us stroll a couple of steps, just as we take those unhurried steps, Rachel remembers something and says, the top 3 will get hosting funds sponsored by the production team. Before we can ask how much the hosting funds are, Rachel and the livestream viewers see a blur of motion. Several afterimages flash across the livestream. Ha ha ha, I'm dying. Money really can make these 4 contestants move. Ha ha, 1 second ago they didn't want to walk faster for one more mouth to feed. The next second they hear money and their souls catch fire. Ha ha, these crafty devils really take the cake. Ryan couldn't have imagined that he, who started first, would get overtaken by the others. He just feels a strange gust of wind blow past him and then he's left behind. What just happened? Weren't they just refusing to compete for the sponsors? In the end, first place goes to Luna, second to me, third to Chloe, fourth to Vivian, fifth to Ryan. Luna catches her breath, strides back with her long legs, and hands the first place card to Rachel. Rachel smiles and takes it. Now you can pick your sponsor. Excited? But Luna slowly asks a different question. Where is the money? How much? Wait, are you all just money obsessed? Rachel pulls a bill from her pocket and hands it to Luna. Here, the production team's hosting fund. Luna stares at the $5 in her hand and lets out an incredulous laugh. Who hosts anyone with $5? You can choose to not take it. Rachel smiles and reaches to take it back, but Luna dodges her hand. $5 is still money. Something's better than nothing. As second place, I also get $5. I stare speechlessly at the $5 in my hand. $5 with "The production team is savage" written all over my face. Vivian and Ryan, who got nothing, feel a little bitter. Sponsors are picked by drawing lots, in the order we finished the race. This part cheers Ryan up quite a bit. When the results are announced, Ryan feels his luck is off the charts, because he drew Southstar Entertainment. He almost cries with joy. I draw Zenith Group. In the car prepared by the production team, Selena watches the live stream and sees my result. The corners of her lips curve into a faint smile. Meanwhile, the other 4 sponsors look at Selena with a hint of sympathy. Once the contestants finish drawing for their sponsors, Rachel continues. Everyone, please get ready. When the sponsors arrive, the production team will let you know. The moment Rachel finishes, Ryan rushes upstairs to give himself a second round of grooming. Vivian isn't thrilled about having an extra person to spend her money on, but on second thought, as an ordinary nouveau riche family, getting a chance to meet a very important person is actually a good thing. She heads back to her room and washes her hair very ceremoniously with the $2 soap. The complete opposite of Ryan and Vivian's serious preparations are Luna and Chloe. The two of them go back to their rooms, crawl under the covers, and go back to sleep, with a whatever happens happens attitude, showing zero interest in the sponsors. And as for our money-saving king, me, I sit on the bed scrolling through my phone, looking pretty busy, though nobody knows what I'm actually doing. When the sponsors are escorted onto the show set by the staff notify the contestants. To make a good impression on South Star Entertainment's boss, Ryan rushes downstairs at top speed. 5 stunning women stand in the first floor hall. He notices one who is tall, radiating elegance and wealth. This woman isn't someone to mess with. He should keep his distance. He hopes she's not the boss of South Star Entertainment because she's just too beautiful. Spending too much time together, he might not be able to control himself. And then, instead of landing on a high branch, he'll just end up as cannon fodder, dragging himself into trouble. Ruining his career over a woman wouldn't be worth it. Just as Ryan is silently praying, host Rachel walks up to the middle-aged woman on the far left. Rachel's smile carries a hint of sucking up as she introduces her to Ryan. This is Vice President Lawson of South Star Entertainment. The boss of South Star Entertainment had originally agreed to come, but for some reason changed her mind at the last minute and sent the vice president instead. Ryan is already thrilled inside, but to keep the executive from thinking he's naive or unworldly, he plays it cool, wearing a gentle smile. Hello, Ms. Lawson. Hello, Ryan. Vice President Lawson smiles at Ryan, looking incredibly approachable, which puts Ryan at ease. Have you had breakfast? No. The production team said you'd take care of it. Ryan immediately spots a chance to shine. Then let me take you to breakfast. As long as it's within my budget, order whatever you like. The production team is truly savage. They didn't even provide breakfast for the sponsors. Looks like Ryan is really going to pour all his money into hosting his sponsor. I feel like that's exactly what he'd do. Wait, who's the woman in the middle? I want all her information in 3 minutes. After that, Vivian and Chloe come down to pick up their sponsors too. Vivian gets Ms. Sanders, the general manager of True Heart Insurance, a Fortune 500 company. Ha ha ha. Hello, I'm Vivian. Hello, Chloe. I'm Emma from Granway Group. Lo. Are all Granway Group people this meek? This person doesn't seem like a sponsor at all. At least show some sponsor energy. Compared to Emma, Chloe feels more like the sponsor. Or maybe Emma is just really down to earth. The interaction dynamics between Vivian's and Chloe's groups are complete opposites. Ha ha ha. While Luna quickly walks up to Selena, using a voice only the two of them can hear. Selena gives her a flat look. Why are you here? Luna suddenly remembers that Selena has just recently taken over Zenith Group. None of your business. Oh, maybe her auntie is trying to build the company's image and boost her own profile, so she made an exception to show her face on camera. Auntie, aren't you paired with Ethan? Do me a favor, don't give him a hard time, and take care of him for me. He's been really nice to me on this show. In the first 2 days, he not only covered my medical bills, he even boiled eggs for me. Selena's eyes dim slightly. Luna rattles off all this, then remembers something and adds, oh right, and whatever you do, don't tell him you're my auntie. Why? Because he doesn't like you. Selena's cold eyebrows lift slightly. I don't recall provoking him. Care to explain? He said he doesn't like women who have nieces. Is it possible the emphasis was on the niece part? Then Luna hears her auntie's cold voice deliver an even colder, more cutting line. If that's the case, I could easily become a woman without a niece, because I don't particularly want a niece who skips meals in 3 days. It's just too embarrassing. Luna understands that last part loud and clear. Her auntie is calling her an embarrassment and threatening to cut ties with her. How can this woman be so heartless? We share the same blood. How can she just abandon me like that? Luna fires back. I wasn't just starving myself for fun. I was resisting all of you, to show you I don't give in. Selena glances at her and speaks meaningfully. Only children use hunger strikes to prove their importance. Luna is silent for a moment, not knowing what to say. Just then, Vivian suddenly walks over. Hello, I'm Vivian. These sponsors are all top-tier corporations. If she hadn't joined the show, she'd probably never get the chance to meet people at this level. Whether or not she can build a real connection, at least she can get her face known among the big shots. And when she came down just now, she secretly sized up all the sponsors. The woman in front of her has the strongest presence, in looks, aura, and outfit, of all the sponsors. Of course she has to seize the chance. Vivian extends her hand as she speaks, offering a handshake. Selena's gaze falls on Vivian. She doesn't reach out to shake. Instead, she just stares at Vivian in silence. For no clear reason, Vivian feels a wave of fear and tension. She suddenly regrets walking up to introduce herself. A few seconds later, while Vivian squirms with unease, Selena speaks casually. I know who you are. You're the one who wanted to eat eggs but wouldn't buy any, so you tried to mooch off the male contestants' eggs. That's you, right? Vivian flushes red. The viewers burst out laughing. Ha ha ha. This beautiful woman really knows how to talk. I'm dying. This gorgeous sponsor said exactly what I've been wanting to say, because this is exactly the line I've wanted to say to Vivian's face. Ha 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 ha. This woman is interesting. I love people who openly stand up for others. After speaking, Selena still doesn't reach out to shake hands. Vivian gives a dry, forced smile, her fingers curling awkwardly in the air before she pulls her hand back. I didn't. You must be mistaken. I'm not that kind of person. Then, Seeing Selena's cold reception, Vivian stops embarrassing herself. After forcing out a couple of polite phrases, she takes her own sponsor out for breakfast. Once outside the dorm, feeling her pride wounded, Vivian silently rants. Just because you have some cash, why act so high and mighty? Once I am rich, I'll take back today's humiliation double. Chloe doesn't go up to Selena to try to win her favor like Vivian did. After greeting Emma, she turns and heads upstairs with her. Chloe walks in front, Emma trailing right behind her. Viewers all start speculating. If I didn't know Emma was the sponsor, I'd think this was Miss Chloe and her butler. Honestly, how come I feel Chloe is actually the most mysterious contestant here? She seems so low-key, even though she barely stands out on the show. Knowing the production team, there's no way they'd cast a nobody. I agree. Stingy Ethan, freeloading Vivian, Luna the wealthy, star of 9 meals and 3 days saint, Ryan the bleeding heart good boy. Each of them is a piece of work on their own. Only Chloe seems too normal, too ordinary here, which actually makes her stranger. The production team wouldn't pick a plain contestant with no traits. That would make the show dramatically flat. Agreed. But I'm leaning toward all 5 of them being actors hired by the production team. Luna's sponsor is Director Foster from AC Group. Director Foster wears a stern expression, radiating the authority of a boss. Luna, let's go have breakfast together. Her tone is like she's ordering a subordinate around. And she turns and walks off without another word, not even glancing at Luna, practically looking down her nose at her. Watching Director Foster's back, Luna feels deeply uncomfortable. Please, who does she think she is? I'm an heiress. Since when do I take orders from random people? And the thing is, Director Foster is going to be spending my money. Who is she bossing around? I'm not falling for this. Luna doesn't care whether she offends the sponsor. She turns and heads upstairs to keep sleeping. Director Foster walks a few steps, realizes Luna isn't behind her, and has no choice but to come back. But on her way back, her face turns ugly. With no other option, she has to go upstairs to find Luna. The first floor hall is now left with only Selena, temporarily unclaimed. Everyone else has been taken away, leaving her standing alone. She suddenly cuts a lonely figure. Worried Selena might be upset, Rachel quickly speaks up. Let me go upstairs and hurry the contestant along. No need. Just as those words fade, a figure walks down from upstairs. Seeing the slender figure standing in the hall, I walk straight over and offer my hand. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Ethan. Selena's lips curve slightly. She slowly raises her hand, her slender, pale fingers lightly resting on my defined knuckles. I'm Selena. Can we go upstairs and talk first? Of course. The viewers erupt. Whoa, is this the head of Zenith Group? She's gorgeous. No wonder so many people fight tooth and nail every year to get into Zenith Group. With a boss like this, you'd feel better going to work every day. How come I feel Selena treats Ethan and Vivian in completely opposite ways? I take Selena up to the 3rd floor, into my own room. There are no cameras in the room. The moment Selena follows me in before she even has a chance to look around, I immediately turn around and close the door tightly. Selena turns to look at me, her eyebrows slightly raised, as if silently asking what I mean by this. I lean lazily against the door, hands in my pockets. You really don't have a single cent on you, do you? That's what you wanted to ask me? Yeah. She's a sponsor for the show. I have a hard time believing the production team would be bold enough to confiscate every cent from a sponsor, leaving them stuck eating scraps with us. Selena tilts her head and smiles. She casually spreads her arms, her dark eyes meeting mine. If you don't believe me, you can search me. The next second she lazily adds, whatever you find is yours to keep. Selena keeps her arms spread. Hearing this, my last shred of hope vanishes instantly. Sigh. Originally, I was hoping to squeeze some money out of the sponsor since sponsors are the biggest fish in the show. Turns out even sponsors can't take shortcuts in the game. Now I really have to rely on myself. Ice cold in my heart. Ah, no need to search. I believe you, Miss Selena. Selena nods slightly. In that case, if there's nothing else, I'll head out and wait for you. Okay, wait for me on the 1st floor. I'll be down in a minute. I was busy filling out survey forms earlier and haven't washed up yet. No rush. Then Selena's lips part slightly, as if she wants to say something more, pauses for 2 seconds, but in the end says nothing. I turn sideways and open the door, making space for her. Just as she walks past me, she suddenly stops. Boys should learn to protect themselves. Don't just let random women into your room. With that, she walks out. I glance sideways at her retreating figure, left speechless. It's been barely 3 minutes. Miss Selena came out this fast? What were they doing in there? What kind of conversation can't us noble VIPs hear? I thought Ethan was going to make a move on her. Turns out CEO Selena walked out completely unscathed. Ha ha ha, to the one above, you must be new here. As a longtime fan, let me tell you, given Ethan's personality, making a move is impossible. Only robbery is on the table. I think Ethan is trying to seduce the sponsor to take shortcuts and win first place. After all, that's the head of Zenith Group. For an ordinary person, he'd have kissed up long ago. It's not that I don't want to kiss up. I'd even love to work at Zenith Group. But kissing up isn't that easy. First, I have no money for gifts. Second, on merit alone, talk doesn't cut it. And big bosses don't have time to give me a chance to prove myself. I definitely won't sell my body to seduce anyone. Because the reason I work hard for money is to give myself and the people who love me a better life. Not to degrade myself and make the people around me worry and grieve. So it's more realistic to just focus on grabbing the 5 million in front of me. I quickly freshen up and head to the 1st floor. Looking at Selena on the sofa, I ask, have you had breakfast? If not, let's grab some together. No. Selena stands up and follows behind me. She has no idea what I'm going to take her to eat. Honestly, she feels quite uncertain. The viewers all worry for Selena since the places I go really test one's thick skin and mental fortitude. Without a thick enough face and strong enough nerves, she can't score any food tagging along with me. The two of us walk for about 20 minutes before finally reaching our destination. a newly opened breakfast shop. On the shop's large glass window is a sign reading, Grand Opening, Free Kanji. The shop owner sees us standing at the entrance. Holding a cleaning cloth, she warmly calls out to us. Hey, handsome and beautiful, come on in. Don't just stand outside looking. What would you like? Come take a look. Come on in. I stroll casually into the shop with a sweet smile. Ma'am, I saw the sign at your door about free kanji. If every customer just came in for free kanji, wouldn't you lose a lot of money? The owner glances at us both. So what? If we dare to run this promotion, we're not afraid of people eating freely. Eat however you like. I flash a bright smile. Ma'am, you're so generous. And so beautiful too. The compliment makes the owner grin from ear to ear. She quickly leads me toward the self-serve dishes. We can help ourselves, ma'am. Go handle your own work. The owner thinks to herself, this young man keeps calling me ma'am. So sweet and polite. After she leaves, I don't take a single dish. Instead, I look for the kanji station and lead Selena over. The kanji selection is impressive. Vegetable kanji, century egg and pork kanji, millet kanji, shredded chicken kanji, and more. 6 or 7 varieties to choose from. I turn and smile at Selena. Miss Selena, look, this whole area is the kingdom I've conquered for you. Pick whatever you like. My hospitality is truly all there. Selena chuckles softly. Vegetable kanji then? Sure. I scoop her a bowl of vegetable kanji. The moment I finish, I see she turns her head toward the prepared side dishes. I immediately set the kanji down, then gently turn her head back toward the kanji. Miss Selena, that kingdom is off limits. Because I'm a bit short on cash, I haven't conquered that one yet. Please make do for now. Short on cash? If those two really sit in the shop drinking free kanji without ordering any dishes, I'd be embarrassed for them. Embarrassed my foot. Ethan has over $900 in his pocket and won't spend a single cent on Ms. Selena. What a cheapskate. Ha ha ha. Ethan is killing me. Poor Ms. Selena. Ha ha ha, drinking kanji without even a side dish. I knew it! I knew it! There's no way that stingy Ethan would spend a single cent even if it's the sponsor. Ha ha ha. The kanji is free with unlimited refills. This is what I confirmed with the owner when I first walked in. The two of us drinking only kanji without ordering dishes quickly draws strange glances from the customers around us. My mental fortitude is strong. I don't really care what others think. Free kanji doesn't require you to buy anything. If I weren't trying to win the prize, I wouldn't be drinking plain kanji with no sides either. I take a couple of sips of the century egg and pork kanji and glance up at Selena across from me. I worry that this high and mighty CEO might not adjust well to this freeloading. To my surprise, she's completely calm. Her movements measured and slow, her eating manners incredibly elegant, as if she's dining at a Michelin-starred restaurant. But every other table has side dishes, savory pastries, shrimp dumplings, all kinds of options. Our table is empty with just 2 bowls of kanji. No matter how graceful and composed we look, in comparison, it does look a bit tragic. In my head, I'm already playing a sad violin solo for the two of them. Born with a silver spoon in her mouth, Miss Selena has probably never eaten this pitifully in her whole life. Ha ha ha. When the shop owner saw Ethan and Selena really just drinking free kanji without ordering anything, she was stunned. Even without side dishes, the kanji itself has a pleasantly seasoned taste. After finishing my 3rd bowl, I'm finally full. I stand up and walk over to the owner. I ask with a smile, "Ma'am, is the promotion still on tomorrow? When does it end?" Ends this Wednesday, so 2 more days. After answering, the owner curiously glances at the woman drinking kanji at the table. Young man, is she your girlfriend? No, she's my boss. The owner immediately gets it. Ah, no wonder. The owner thinks to herself, so she's his boss. Then the stingy behavior makes total sense. This kanji shop is only open in the morning. Otherwise, I'd love to sit here all day. Air conditioning, food, no hunger, and no exhaustion. Selena didn't eat as much as I did. She only had 1 bowl, but she drank slowly. After she finishes, I frown. Just 1 bowl of kanji. Are you full? I'm full. She's a picky eater. She barely touches food she doesn't like. But if she doesn't finish this bowl of kanji today, she's worried the next 2 meals might involve food that's even harder to stomach. Coming on this show was never about enjoyment. Selena mentally prepared for it beforehand, but she didn't prepare quite enough. After breakfast, I drag her all over the place, using the excuse of showing her a good time to visit parks, kindergarten entrances, shopping malls, and other public places. We score free water, masks, snacks, and more. Then when lunchtime comes, I'm actually taking her to afternoon tea. Lunch? Just casually skipped like that? I'll treat you to a big dinner tonight. Seriously. I look at her with utmost sincerity. I promise. Selena doesn't seem to mind. She curves her lips with an easygoing look. All right. Selena's smiling face is far more beautiful than when she doesn't smile, making her seem more approachable. They say beauty is a feast for the eyes, but when you're actually hungry, good looks are worthless. Even through the screen, I can feel Miss Selena's despair. Ha ha ha. What kind of life is this for Miss Selena? Ethan, if it can work, it works. If it can't, you make do anyway. Miss Selena is so unlucky, ending up paired with the stingy Ethan. Meanwhile, the other contestants are treating their sponsors to great food. Fancy meals are temporary. What matters is who ends up with the 5 million. Afternoon tea just means free samples of fruit and desserts at the supermarket. I arrive late today, because the walk from the park is long. By the time I get here, most of the fruit and desserts are gone. I stare at the last 3 orange slices, lying pitifully on the tray. With a heavy heart, I pick up a fresh toothpick, hand one to Selena first, then grab one for myself. Just make do for now. Tonight, I promise I'll get you a real feast. Trust me. Then I spear half an orange slice and pop it into my mouth. The juicy pulp spreads between my teeth. Starving as I am, it tastes like the food of the gods. The oranges are really sweet today. Try one. Under my watchful gaze, Selena's slender fingers pinch the toothpick and spear an orange, while my eyes greedily follow the orange's every move. But Selena seems to be moving deliberately slowly, in no rush to eat. I silently swallow. My eyes on the orange practically glow green. You know what, Miss Selena? If you hadn't come today, all 3 orange slices would have been mine. But even this hungry, I'm splitting the oranges with you. Can you feel my sincerity in hosting you? Selena laughs softly. I feel it. Good. That's what matters. The most important thing in hosting is sincerity. As long as the sincerity is there, nothing else matters. Then Selena watches as the orange on her toothpick and the last remaining orange slice on the plate both vanish. I didn't leave her a single slice. I really am that hungry. Otherwise, I wouldn't be fighting her for an orange slice. Sponsors only experience 1 day of money-saving life, but we have 24 more days of this. Selena can go home after the show tonight and feast on gourmet food to make up for it, but I might still have to alternate between starving and eating well, so I have no choice but to shortchange the sponsor for now. Selena lowers her eyes, staring at the clean toothpick in her hand, as if the orange that was on it a moment ago was just a hallucination from her hunger. After finishing the orange, I toss the toothpick into the trash. I look up at Selena with a smile. Miss Selena, hold on a little longer. Tonight I'll definitely treat you to a big meal. Meat, vegetables, whatever you want. You'll eat until you're stuffed. I'm really hungry. So sorry, Miss Selena. You skipping this one meal is just one meal. But me, I'm the one living in survival mode every day. Hope you don't come back next time. Selena watches my earnest expression. We'll see. Miss Selena, what just happened? Where did my orange go? Welcome to the epic fantasy film starring Ethan and Miss Selena of Zenith Group, The Vanishing Orange. 60 years from now, Miss Selena, gray-haired, reclining in her chair, tells her grandchildren stories of the past. That day, Grandma didn't even get lunch. For chips, she only got chip crumbs. For fruit, she only bit toothpicks. Ethan is stingy to the extreme, even snatching things from a sponsor's hand. Truly bold. Miss Selena isn't even mad. Her emotional stability is unreal. Hats off, I want to go check out how the other sponsors are doing. Curious about whether Miss Selena is really the most miserable of all the sponsors. Many viewers switch over to the other contestants' live streams just to compare, to see just how miserable Miss Selena's day is and just how stingy this money-saving king really is. Comparison stop 1. Ryan's live stream. Inside a rather upscale casual dining restaurant, Ryan and Vice President Lawson of South Star Entertainment sit on the sofa, enjoying beef sets priced at $58 each. Their bill for this meal is $116. In the morning, Ryan also took Vice President Lawson out for beef noodles, spending $36. Now he has $70 left. Ryan stares at the bowl of beef in front of him and silently swallows. Then he pushes his bowl of beef toward Vice President Lawson. Ms. Lawson, please make do for now. After the show ends, I'll treat you to a proper meal separately if I get the chance. After all, his funds only stretch this far. Vice President Lawson smiles and pushes the beef back to him. No worries, go ahead and eat. Plenty of chances in the future. Ryan's eyes light up instantly. Pushing his beef to Vice President Lawson wasn't purely to express sincere hospitality. The real point was in that last sentence. If he's lucky, before Vice President Lawson leaves tonight, he might be able to add her personal contact info. Ryan, oh Ryan, you've only got $70 left. How are you going to survive the next 20 days? You're gonna kill me. Have some backbone, will you? Every time I watch him, I feel like my breasts take another hit. That's way too simpy. Do you have to give your entire bowl of beef to the sponsor? Just starve yourself and give it all to her, why don't you? But compared to Ethan's side, Ethan is really so stingy. Miss Selena is really so miserable. Go, next stop. Comparison stop 2. Vivian's live stream. Vivian takes Ms. Sanders of True Heart Insurance to an authentic little diner. The atmosphere is decent, and the prices are reasonable. Miss Sanders, want a drink? Better not. It's work hours, not appropriate. Vivian nods with a smile and pushes the menu toward Miss Sanders. True, Miss Sanders, what would you like? Order anything, my treat. Miss Sanders orders 2 affordable rice-friendly dishes, braised eggplant strips, and stir-fried tomato with eggs. Vivian's smile grows even wider. Miss Sanders' choices really save her a lot of money. Best of all, Miss Sanders doesn't drink. So thrifty. Miss Sanders seems nice, worth getting to know. Just as Vivian is thinking this, Miss Sanders, having finished ordering, suddenly asks, "Have you looked into insurance at all?" Vivian has never looked into it. She wouldn't buy any. But since Miss Sanders asked, she has to give her some face. I've heard about it, but not much. Has anyone in your family bought insurance? I remember my dad has car insurance. And personal insurance? That, I don't think so. Miss Sanders continues casually. Personal insurance is really important these days, especially accident and medical insurance. Not only can it cover many everyday medications, outpatient visits, and hospital stays, but it can also relieve a lot of pressure on your family. And the insurance market is thriving. Coverage amounts are high. Just the other day, one of our female clients was in late-stage cancer. Her hospital treatment cost a fortune. Her family drained their savings. But she happened to have our True Heart insurance, so our company delivered $300,000 in cash straight to the hospital. Her family was overjoyed. $3,000 in cash? Vivian starts to feel tempted. How do I buy this? Take down this number. It's our department manager. She'll tailor the most comprehensive and suitable insurance package for your situation. Vivian immediately pulls out her phone to note the number. How come I feel I was just forced to sit through a commercial? Miss Sanders is here to advertise and reel in clients, huh? Oh my god, first time seeing Vivian, the queen of freeloading, willingly spend money on someone else. Truly a miracle. I think Vivian just got brainwashed. Is she really about to buy insurance? But she has no money right now. Let's go check on Miss Chloe and her Emma. Next up, comparison stop 3, Chloe's live stream. Chloe and Emma from Granway Group didn't go out. They're in the dorm eating instant noodles. Just now, Chloe grabbed another wholesale box of instant noodles from the supermarket. She was already sick of them and wanted to buy some ingredients to cook herself, affordable and healthy. But then she remembered her cooking skills, which could make someone drop dead on the spot, so noodles it is. Chloe's inviting her sponsor to eat this? Isn't that a bit much? What's wrong with it? Be grateful. Miss Selena from Zenith Group next door can't even get a meal. Ha ha ha.